This will be the largest group of assembled fans in the Western Hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. We have a ranked versus unranked battle coming up here. You know how chaos can ensue if they start smelling an upset. As we'll see a squad from the Sun Belt, the UL Monroe Warhawks, taking on the second-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, let's get this thing started. The Warhawks will kick it away to start. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. So the Michigan Wolverines offense will get the first crack at it here. This has an old-school feel to it as this running back makes his way onto the field, and all eyes are fixed. They are glued on him.
Yeah, the old school, because nowadays it's usually quarterbacks and the other guys that get all the attention, but this guy's so good. He is the focal point. He's the guy everybody's looking to. He's the tone setter. He's the physical bell cow for this team. He will get the rock early and often.
Right back to the well. Not much working there. It'll be 2nd and 9. Kept it on the ground on first down. Now back to the line. They'll leave it with the lone back. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Ball's at the 47. They're looking at a 3rd down and short. Looking to throw for it. Snagged in the middle. It's Adkins. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. And the Wolverines look to keep this drive humming. He wants to throw. Fires to the big fella. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Got some of the work done on first. Now let's see what they have on 2nd down. The play action fake. Got it behind the line. It's Brown. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short gain there. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. Nice move to keep moving. He steps out of bounds, but it will be enough for a first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. They're going to go right back to him on first down. They get him after he picked up 5 and got him inside the red zone down to the 16. Halfway there on first down, it's 2nd and 5. They'll try the run. Wrestled to the ground after picking up the first down. A first down for the offense. Power football with the run. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. It'll be 2nd down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. They'll give it to the back. No, what a move! Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. He wants to throw it into the end zone, and he's got it! Touchdown, Wolverines!
What a nice job by the offense. First drive of the game, they matriculated down the field, put themselves in a goal-to-go situation on 3rd down. It's not going to be easy throwing it, but they win the matchup. Accurate throw, and they get paid.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the PAT makes it 7-0. They put it in the end zone with a 12-play scoring drive. And they cap the drive with a 4-yard touchdown pass. From inside the 10, here he comes. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. So UL Monroe's offense will go to work for the first time. This is just a great matchup to watch on the outside and who can win downfield in the passing game.
Man, this reminds me of 1997, Charles Woodson versus David Boston. Two physical athletes that are going to be going toe-to-toe all game long.
Yeah, two alphas, two guys that play the positions where you have to have such confidence, quarterback, wide receiver. Let's see this throwdown.
Handoff from the gun. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the Warhawks want to pick up the tempo. Looking for a man. It's Hills. He finds his man. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the first down. They have it at the 36.
Third down, the focus of the defense has to shift. It has to change. We have to understand now exactly where the sticks are. We can't give up those plays for them to get beyond the sticks and get those first downs.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. On second down, he'll let it fly. Quick completion on the out. He steps out of bounds, but he's got enough for a first down.
Nice job there by the receiver on the out route, not telegraphing where he's going. He can't be peeking to the outside, giving the defender an opportunity to break on the ball. He kept his eyes right down the field. DB had no idea where he was going, and that helped make that completion a whole lot easier.
The offense setting up shop at the 46, first and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. It's complete. And he'll ramble to the 34 before he's finally knocked down. After moving the sticks with the pass, here we are on first down. They'll keep it on the ground, off right tackle. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's second and 14. From the gun. Give on the inside. And he was able to get away from one tackle, but plenty of help was on the way. Decent pickup on that play. On third down, going up top. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose.
Man, and this is why you practice 5 points of pressure with the football. You cannot put the ball on the ground. It doesn't matter how many defenders are around you or how hard you get hit. You cannot turn the football over and expect to win games.
The Warhawks will try to pin them back with the punt. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. He gets the first one off, and he was busier than he hoped in that loss last week, being called on 5 times. They'll get him corralled and down at about the 19-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Crosses the 30, he's got a lane. And they'll finally bring him down after he rips off a huge play.
Defense is going to have their hands full trying to stop this guy. They better rally to the football and get multiple hats because he is not easy to bring down.
Might as well give it to him again. Still on his feet at the 45. He's loose. The 10. Touchdown, Michigan. And once he found some daylight, it was time to make a house call.
Hey, coming into the game, you look at the stats and you say top 10 offense in scoring, so they better be able to create what? Explosive plays. Another explosive plays. They've been doing it all year long. Those plays are backbreakers. Defenses just can't contain this offense.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, want to update you on a game that went final moments ago. Miami opened up a can, and how many times can you say you went into someone else's building and beat them by double digits? It's what happened today, and the rest of college football should take notice. A lot to go through in the film session this week for both teams, but boy, it sure is going to be easier for the side that came away with the win.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Looking to pass. It's Hills. Unloads to the right. And the ball is picked off. Oh, he was hoping to make something out of that return, but they'll have it first down at the 39.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Jesse, a very productive drive last time, wound up with a touchdown.
Yeah, mixing and matching play calling really well. Nice balance on that last one, Dave. Let's see what they can do here in this next drive.
Yeah, and I don't expect anything different. When you put together a drive like that, I would do more of the same. Keep the pace, keep it going.
Unloads to the wideout. Just masterful working that sideline and getting the toe down for the catch. This defense has been sliced and diced and now facing another first and goal. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! They are seizing control and taking away hope as they push out the lead in this Week 8 showdown.
This offense is so good. Man, they can hurt you in so many different ways, and they do it so quick, so explosive. They can put small drives together, big drives together. They've really had a great year, and that's why they're a top 10 offense.
He'll try to tack on one more. And with the extra point, they're up 21-0. Quick strike offense on that three-play scoring drive. And what a way to finish it with a 9-yard touchdown run. Looking for an alley from inside his own 10. And the return man is stopped, and that'll leave it up to the offense on the next drive. All right, guys, so here's the offense back on the field again. Touch pass on the jet sweep. Just searching and working for the running room as he gets it out to the 26. And the Warhawks want to crank the tempo. They'll leave it with him. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They'll try to move the chains on 3rd and short from the 25. They'll try to get it through the air. Bought a little time, lets it go. And they'll miss the connection here on 3rd down. The Warhawks will punt this one away. This will be the second time they've had to kick it away. Might have thought he'd want to try to pick up a few yards there, but he's content with making the fair catch right around the 35-yard line. Out of the gun, the running back has it. They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Running back searching for a hole. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2. Tried to pound it on first down. Now back to the line. Off play action. Receiver looks it in. It's complete. Let me tell you, this senior quarterback can flat fit it in a tight window. Leaves it with the running back. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. 9-yard pickup on first down, and now they can take a shot on 2nd and short. He's looking to throw. A shot for the end zone. And he intercepts it. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And that's just excellent coverage. Man, cover one, nowhere to throw the football. Look at everybody playing man across the board, and you still got the safety in the middle of the field. Nobody open, and if I'm the QB, man, I don't need to force it. I don't force it into tight windows if it's not there. He throws it, unfortunately, gets the interception. Bad decision by the QB there.
Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. To say this has been a slow start is a bit of an understatement, and they really need to get it going here, Jesse.
That's right. The opponent, they're firing on all cylinders right out of the gate. Offensively, for this unit, they've been slow and struggling. They need an explosive play to wake themselves up.
Yeah, and it's just the first quarter, so it's not the end of the world. You've seen slow starts, but you got to continue to pick and pick and pick until you find that play or that scheme that you can use against this defense.
He stopped at the 48, a pickup of 10 on the play. Here they come, 1st and 10 from the 48.
Well, with the weapons this offense has, you knew it was just a matter of time in the run game before someone was going to break a long one. They'd just been running into a wall. They just couldn't seem to find their creases and get enough movement up front, but they finally got it there, picking up the first. Let's see what happens next.
And the Warhawks in the hurry-up.
Well, we see another catch by this guy. This defense is going to need to do a better job of tackling the catch. In coverage, I know they want to slap the ball away, but if you can't do it and force the incompletion, you've got to at least make sure you're able to drag him down to the ground as soon as he catches the ball.
Got 8 on 1st down, now looking at a 2nd and 2. To the air, it's Hills. And wings it incomplete. This is the type of play that decides games. Are you tough enough to convert 3rd and short from the 30? They'll try to move the chains on the ground. Working their way closer and closer, a 3rd down conversion, and they've got it at the 26. They're getting this guy lathered up. He's stopped after a 1-yard pickup at the 25. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. The pull and throw off the RPO. And he'll step out of bounds after a very productive play. The Warhawks are threatening in the red zone. Snap it to the back. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the 1st down. They are controlling the ball. 9th play of the drive. Quarterback will keep it. Got enough space, and he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Warhawks! It's a much-needed life from this offense as they try to cut away at this lead.
No doubt. Needed something to go right. You're down. You got to make plays. You got to get your team back in it. Great start. Keep chipping away.
On to attempt the try. And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. So it's a 73-yard touchdown drive. And the capper came on the run to the end zone from the 13. He'll bring it out. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. That last drive was promising for a while, but you just can't mess it up at the end with the pick, Jesse.
No, you've got to be able to finish drives, especially in this game if you're going to win. And, David, they've got to be able to eliminate the mental mistakes.
Yeah, and I don't think you get conservative or play it safe. You can trust your guy. I think you put the ball right back in his hands and let him do his thing.
What a nifty run there to pick up the 1st down. They'll ride the hot hand. At the 35, he's loose. And this defense was flailing as he weaved his way and got down to the 26. And the Wolverines racing to the line in the hurry-up. From the gun, running back on the move. They stop him just a link or two short of the 1st, and man, what they can do on 2nd down here. pulls it and fires to the left. Touchdown, Michigan! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
Really nice job working the route and getting himself open. He was able to locate the football, snag it out of the air, and this guy now has 5 receiving touchdowns on the year.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And they knock through the extra point, and they're up 28-7. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Dynamite matchup today, fellas. Let's show you what's going down. Illinois is ahead right now, but the school that produced the likes of Dick Butkus and Red Grange has some work to do before this is over. They're up by 7 over Houston. We'll circle back if anything changes in this exciting college football matchup.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Good awareness by the offense. You never want to see the ball on the ground, but a nice job understanding to just kind of jump on it and make sure you keep possession.
What can they pull out of the playbook here on 2nd and long from the 17? The give to the back. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19. Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. They play that screen nicely. He tried to find his way to the marker, but it'll be 4th down. And the Warhawks decide to punt it away. Let's see if he can help the coverage team out with this one. Fields to punt and try to pick up some yards. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. They've got the big fellas out there, a 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. A strike downfield. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. He's going to pass. He's right on target. They get him on the ground, and with that, we'll head to the 2nd quarter. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Really strong performance so far to be able to build a lead here in the 1st period as we look at the stats. They largely dominated the 1st quarter and built a nice lead to get started. A little bit more to go after that last completion. They'll try to pick it up on 2nd down. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. A 3rd down play coming from the 32 as they try to keep the drive going. From the gun, wants to pass. Complete with conviction on the crosser. Just outside the red zone as they pick up the 1st down. They'll spot it at the 22. Looking to move it through the air. Got his man on the right. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The Wolverines have moved it inside the 20. They'll go to the ground. Makes one man miss. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines. A dot from the fedora, a hat trick, and we're not even at halftime yet.
Yeah, and these guys get these in high school and Little League, but my goodness, to do it at the college level, you already got 3, and it's just the 1st half. I think he's in for a pretty good day.
They'll try to tack one more on their score. The kick is up and good and puts one more on the lead. So that scoring drive took only 6 plays. And it was capped off with an impressive 16-yard run for the score. He'll return it. Rolling the dice to bring it out of the end zone did not work out as he stopped at the 13. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. The last time we saw this offense, we had to look quick. It was a 3-and-out, Jesse.
They just had no rhythm, and that last drive. So someone's going to have to step up and make a play, David, and get this thing going.
Yeah, let's find some juice. Find your guy. Find those plays that you know you can run inside out, forward, backwards. Get some first downs. Get some positive momentum.
Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12. This defense has kept them backed up. Now one more stop, and they can get off the field on 3rd and long. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Offense set on 1st down. It's a reverse. You'll take 4 yards on 1st down every time. 2nd and 6. He's looking to throw. Complete. And he was just a couple of steps away from taking that one even further after the catch. Let's see if they can put the defense on its heels in 1st and 10. Fires to the wideout. Touchdown, Michigan! And they made it to the house where they found that 6 points waiting on them.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll take the return and try to improve the field position. And the return man has no place to run, no place to hide, and a place to be tackled. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. He'll do it himself. Nowhere to run on that one. He loses 4 on the carry. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Hand off from the shotgun. He'll bounce his way ahead for a pickup of 4 out to the 14. 4 punts already, and they've got to convert here to avoid a 5th. On 3rd down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. The Warhawks will send out the punt unit. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Now a fair catch is called for and made just shy of midfield. Here comes the offense onto the field again. Give to the running back. Not a whole lot of room there. 3 yards maybe. 2nd and 7. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. They'll run it from the gun. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it fly. And they can't make the play on 3rd down. And the Wolverines will line up to punt it away. Gets off his first one of the day. He was called on 5 times in the victory last week. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Their drive chart is starting to look a little monotonous. Punt, punt, punt. And the defense makes a play, sacking him back at the 10.
Well, that's their 3rd sack of the game, and we knew statistically coming into this game, this is one of the top 25 units in the nation getting after the quarterback. I just love how athletic they are up front, and they are giving this offensive line headaches and nightmares up to this point in the game.
This pass rush has just been relentless, and you can bet your bottom dollar they're about to bring the heat again. Trying play action. Quickly complete. They make the stop, but not before he takes a chunk out of what they need to move the sticks. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Dropping back, it's Hills. Fires to the right. And the 3rd down pass is incomplete. And the Warhawks will punt it away on 4th down. They're up to a half-dozen kicks today. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. And they'll mark the spot on this one just outside the 40-yard line. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. After a punt on their last possession, they are set up in plus territory this time.
And honestly, it wouldn't have mattered if they scored a touchdown their last possession. You've got to be able to turn the page and see this as a brand new opportunity to go get points.
Yeah, and your defense has set you up for in a position to get points right away. Now, let's get this offense back rolling again, create some momentum, just get a few first downs, and I'm in scoring position.
And they'll bring him down, but not before he picks up the first down. Movement here from the tight end. They'll throw it on first down. Unloads to the wideout. Got it. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. Love to see the fearlessness of a quarterback to work the middle of the field.
And he's got so much confidence in his own arm talent to be able to get that football.
He snares it in the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And with the extra point, the lead is even bigger. Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Two very different emotions inside the locker rooms of these teams who did battle today. Troy took care of business today. I think their coach had their attention all week, and the end result was a focused group of Trojans that fired on all cylinders. The circle of life in college football, where one team moves on feeling like kings, and the other heads home licking its wounds.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. Gets the nose of the ball to the 25, give him one. They'll try to move the chains on third and short from the 25. Back to throw, it's Hills. He looks that one in nicely. It's a game of first downs, and they've got one out to their own 37. The Warhawks come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down. Moving away from pressure. They make the stop, but this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. And the Warhawks are marching down the field. Trying to find his man on first down. Throws to the tight end. And the timing just a hair off. Wonder if they'll throw it again after the incompletion. 2nd and 10 from the 49. Couldn't connect on first down, now back to the air. Makes the catch and knocked down. They line up, and it is a long way to the sticks from here. On third and long, trying to have a big completion here. And they couldn't hold off the heat, and he goes down with a sack.
What a great job by this defense, setting the tone early. In the first half, they've been hitting the quarterback early and often. Make him feel uncomfortable. Make him feel that pressure. Keep getting him on the ground. That's why they've built a lead.
The Warhawks line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Here's the punt, and that is a major league pop-up. That thing's going to bring rain. And the punt team gets down there and gets the return man on the ground. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. The give to the tailback. And he'll pick up one. It brings up 2nd and 9. Got a little work done on first down, now back to the line. Dialing up a 2nd down pass play. Nothing to do with the football, and he just throws it away. It'll be 3rd down. If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He's got an open man. And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there.
Second down coming up.
Wants to fire on second down. On target to the left. And he just kept running, and he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Michigan! These guys wanted to make a statement. Statement has been delivered.
It's your job to stop it. Oh, don't run the score up. Well, do something about it. The defense has to step up and make plays. Obviously, they're not willing to do that, so just keep running plays and keep scoring.
They'll try to add another to their lead.
For the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown.
56, ULM 7.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. That last drive fizzled out, Jesse. They had to punt it.
Yeah, they did. And, David, they're just going to have to do a better job this time around erasing the mental mistakes.
And just trying to solve the defensive riddle, understanding what they're trying to do to you and attack them.
You know, you got to be careful as a QB throwing to your running back in man coverage. If there's a linebacker draped all over him, then that ball's not going anywhere. You just saw it right there. Better play by the defense.
Well, after not getting a thing done on first down, it's second and long from the 24. Wants to throw. It's Hills. He makes the grab. He's brought down. Solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down. Big third down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. From the gun, wants to pass. Firing to the right, complete. Finding more yards with the spin move. And oh, he was off to the races after the catch, and they finally drag him down. Wide receiver coming across in motion. The give on the inside. Hard running there.
And a lot of times you want those big plays. You want those splash plays. But sometimes you're going to take some losses. You're not going to run the football overly well. But if you continue to run it, you can at least create some balance. You at least have the threat of it. Otherwise, you're just going to abandon it, and now it's just going to be a passing game.
Now facing a third and long. He's looking to throw. Going to try to pop one on the screen. And they knock him down, but he got past the line to gain. And the Warhawks are on the move. From the gun, the ground game. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Let's see what they've got on second down. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. Just sledgehammering his way down to the 33. They're looking at a third down and short from the 33. They'll try to get the first through the air. He's got his man. Now he's got it all the way down to the 21-yard line, and they are threatening on first down. The give to the back. Able to scrounge 3 yards out of that one somehow. It's 2nd and 7. The Warhawks have pushed it inside the 20. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. He's run out of bounds, but not before. Turning in a big pickup and moving the sticks for a first down. They'll try to blast their way in. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. And the D denied him on 2nd and goal. They'll keep it on the ground, right up the gut, looking for 6. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down at the 2. They want to dance their way in on 3rd and goal. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, UL Monroe.
And I love the physicality of this offense. It's 3rd and goal. It's money time. I've got to be more physical than you. And that's exactly what this offense just did. Put the ball on the ground and put it in the end zone.
PAT unit on the field. And it's perfect. That is what they mean when they say ball control. A 14-play touchdown drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. This has been exactly the way you draw things up, David. The offense has really been moving the football.
And it's been great execution. They've done exactly what they wanted to do. Build the lead. Now Palmer's a different animal. Now you got to protect him.
You can tell they were paying attention in practice this week in the film room because they have gone out, everybody right now on the same page.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Finds the tight end. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker. Faced with a 3rd and short from their own 32 to keep this drive alive. They'll try to pick up the 1st through the air. And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. A high kick trying to pin them deep. He will signal for the fair catch and take it just inside the 35. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Boy, they've been caught in a buzzsaw here in the 1st half, but maybe a chance to carry some momentum into the break here.
It all comes down to this drive right here, Reese. Obviously, this offense hasn't had everything go right for them in the 1st half, but here's an opportunity, David, to execute some plays, put some throws together, and generate some points.
And you're right, Jesse, and this offense needs to start now. Like, we got to get some points on the board, create some momentum, and continue it, because you've dug yourself a significant hole.
Dropping back, it's Hills. This time on target. Put it right on him. Sweet play. Good pickup, and they'll move the chains with the 1st down. He's looking to throw it. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on 1st down. 2nd down coming. After the quarterback and receiver failed to hook up, they'll try it again on 2nd down. Wide open downfield. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. And the Warhawks will snap it on 1st and 10. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Quarterback needs to make a better throw there. Incomplete. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. He'll try it again on 2nd and 10. Finds his big tight end. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there. Still a bit short of the 1st down.
At the 13-yard line. 3rd down coming.
From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on 3rd down. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. Now it looks as if they'll settle for the field goal try. Didn't make him sweat at all. It's good. I wouldn't say they cut into the deficit. They sort of microscopically edged off the deficit. Still a mountain to climb. So they get the late field goal right before the half, and not much time after this kickoff for an answer. Here's the return from inside his 10. Probably needed to pick up an extra block or 2, but as it is, he'll be stopped at the 28. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. Runs through the tackle. So runs like that can really help your field position as they're up at the 35. Now on 2nd down. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, it is tough to beat the big house when it's full and rocking as it is today in Ann Arbor. And you know, in a day where the spread option and air raid are the offenses of choice, How nice is it to see the 3 yards and a cloud of dust approach? Although we've also seen some runs go for a lot longer. Physical offensive lines coupled with great backs is like a throwback to the olden days, and that's refreshing. And with that, let's send it back to the guys in the big house.
The Wolverines will kick it away to crank up the second half. He'll bring it out from inside his own 10. Just never had a chance to shake loose, and he'll be brought down at the 24. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. What could go wrong did in the first half, and they start this third quarter at the bottom of the mountain.
Man, that was bad.
Nothing but green ahead. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
Man, if I'm a defense, I got to find a way to get some more pressure on the quarterback or disrupt their timing and their rhythm. I can't give them these big chunk plays through the air. I got to be maybe a little bit more aggressive or do something a little bit different.
One big play can really flip the script of a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just outside the 30. Dropping back, it's Hills. Strong pass rush gets to the quarterback, and they get him at the 46.
This poor quarterback has been running for his life. He has never been able to get his feet set, stare downfield, and try and pick this defense apart because he's constantly throwing with pressure in his face.
That's the last thing you want as an offense, a negative play, a sack on first down. From the gun, they'll try the middle. One-step wrap, two-step squeeze. This junior knows how to get him on the ground. I'm not positive, but that first down marker might be in the next county. On 3rd and long, he'll need to loosen up that arm. And good coverage there to knock it away and deny the score. The Warhawks will call on their punt team. He'll call for the fair catch here. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Leaves it with the back. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. Right back to it. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front. So they're facing 3rd and short from the 25. Looking to throw for it. Quick strike complete. They make the stop, but this passing game does some damage, and they move the sticks with the first down. Handoff to the lone back. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Wide receiver shows motion. He wants to pass it on 2nd down. Pulls it in. Found enough room to get it into enemy territory. They're down at the 43-yard line.
Well, there's no mystery who they're throwing the football to, but defenses still can't find a way to cover this guy. With that last catch, he now has over 1,500 receiving yards on the season.
And the Wolverines have their offense in high gear. Comes out throwing on 1st down. He's got the tight end. And he laid the lumber to stop him from getting the first down. Offense gets set for 2nd down. Here's the handoff. Can't get him to the ground. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the first down. The Wolverines have it with a 1st and 10. They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. They make the stop as he gets it inside the 30 to the 28, a gain of 4. Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 6. They'll run play action. Fires toward the end zone. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the beatdown has ensued.
Every time we speak to defenses before they play this guy, they all know he's going to get the ball thrown his way. They always come up with creative and exotic ways to try to cover him in the back end, but they're never able to get it done. This guy just beats coverage time and time again. And with that last catch, that's now his 15th receiving score of the season.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Guys, let's get you up to speed on what's going down in this fun college football game today. Western Michigan is in front. They've been impressive today, but they still have to finish the job, and that is not a given. They're up by 7 over Buffalo. For now, it's back to you fellas, but of course, if anything changes, you'll see it right here.
Oh, and how about that? I know Kevin and those guys will be keeping an eye on it for us. After the productive first down play, it's 2nd and 6. Out of the gun, the inside give. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. Finds a man on the left. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32. Leaves it with the back. Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. Got 3 on 1st down. It's 2nd and 7. Off the play fake. Got his man. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. 3rd down coming up after the completion. To the air, it's Hills. And this is going to be incomplete on 3rd. And the Warhawks will bring the punt team onto the field. Kicks it high and it's just hanging there as if it has helium in it and floating down toward the earth. Coverage team able to put a stop to that return at the 42-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. How about that last drive? Just carved him up in the air, David.
Yeah, and how about that quarterback? You gave him the ball, and he delivered the goods. Great job taking apart the defense, Jesse, on that last drive.
He really did, David. I mean, that was a masterclass in just reading coverage and being accurate.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. 3rd and short from the 49. Is this 4-down territory? They'll try to run for it. And the Wolverines are stopped, but not before getting it past the sticks. They'll line up right at the 48-yard line on 1st and 10. The run from the shotgun. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop. Got 6 on 1st down. Now a lot of options on 2nd and 4. Now the play fake. Throwing right. And that pass is intercepted. Going the other way, and he's got room. He's inside the 40. At the 20. And he's going to take it all the way. Touchdown, Warhawks. The DB saw it. He thought, don't drop it, don't drop it. Then thought, don't get caught. And he didn't. The pick 6.
Hey, these guys can play offense, too. Now, look at this. I showed you I can be a wide receiver. Coach might split him out at wide receiver next week after making that big play. But defense, great job making the interception. And you're right, doing something with it. Don't just slide down. Don't be content. Take that thing all the way back, brother.
Ready to try the point after.
Is on for the extra point.
And it's up and good.
The extra point is good.
They're lining up to kick it off after the pick 6, and that defense will come out feeling it.
ULM 24.
And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. They'll start this drive with a pass. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Fires to the tight end. He knew exactly where he wanted to go with that one, and they've got enough for the first down. Fresh set of downs after the completion. Handoff to the lone back. Continuing to churn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. He'll run it again. And a decent gain there before the defense makes the stop. They'll snap it from the 48 on 3rd and short. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. 3rd down conversions are huge, and they've got one, and they're at the 35. The Wolverines are on the move. They go to the ground. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now he's looking to throw it. Makes his connection. Headed to the end zone. He is down at the 1. A terrific run after the throw and catch. Last couple of plays, the offense seems to be just one step ahead, David.
Yeah, and I'm going to have to do something to disrupt the timing, the rhythm. I got to do something that they're not expecting, because right now they got the run and they got the pass working. So this defense, they have to find something new to kind of confuse this offense.
And the Wolverines trying to get a touchdown on 1st and goal. Marches ahead. Touchdown, Michigan! And the pummeling has started.
Have yourself a day, young fella. You know why they handed him the ball a lot? Because he did that. It's his 4th trip to pay dirt. This dude has shown you a little bit of everything. What a great back. And 4 touchdowns on the day.
They'll try to add another to their lead. And with that extra point, the lead remains in the gargantuan category. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. David, the punter got some work last time. They'd like to keep him on the sidelines in this drive.
Yeah, it's not something you want to say very often. You don't want the punter up. This offense needs to get back lathered up and get a little bit more of a rhythm.
Best way to do that, identify where your best players are and just get them the football. Give these guys some touches to kickstart this offense.
3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. Working that left side now. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. Give to the back. They pick up half of it. It'll be 2nd and 5. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. Just feeds the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Now staring at a 3rd and short from the 40. To the air, it's Hills. Fires to the middle. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. Great contact on that ball as it just hangs up in the sky. Signals for the fair catch and hauls it in just shy of the 30. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Really good balance on that last drive. They mixed it up all over the place, Jesse.
Yeah.
Can anyone catch him? Just gashing this defense. A big gainer to the 40-yard line.
How nice is it as a quarterback when you don't have to throw post routes to get great stats? No, I can just throw it quickly to one of the fastest players in the entire nation and let him burn this defense.
One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. From the gun, the running back has it. And they picked up 9 on 1st down. It'll bring up 2nd and short. Toss sweep right. The Wolverines will keep this drive going. They'll put it in play from the 27, 1st down. Use the play fake, now to throw. Makes the catch, it's Adkins. And he'll make his way out of bounds after the solid pickup.
Personal foul. Unnecessary roughness. Defense.
The officials offer the deal, and the coach accepts it. They will take the penalty. They're going to run it. And that's a live ball. And he gets back on top of it and averts disaster. And you know the standard is indisputable video evidence, and the officials will change the call. The run up the middle here, looking for a path to the end zone. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Looking to the end zone on 3rd and goal. Touchdown, Wolverines! And the punishment has been extended. And for this receiver, hello, viral.
Hello, viral, and on every platform, everywhere. You're going to see it in top plays. Not one, not two, not three. Just continuing to count the touchdowns. This guy's been balling.
Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, I think at least a portion of your audience will have an interest in the one that just finished up. South Carolina showed its toughness on the road and picked up a crucial victory. And every win counts, don't get me wrong. But the victories outside of the comforts of home can really serve as a springboard. It's one game. You don't want to react too much either way. But I think both teams will leave this one with some things to work on moving forward.
Yeah, how about that? Sounds as if they had a good ball game there, Kevin. Thanks for the update. And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. 1st down and 10. Looking for a physical attack from the gun.
You know, it's so important for offenses to want to keep 3rd downs manageable. The way you do that is by having success like that, running the football on 1st down.
Scanning the field, it's Hills. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down and run. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits. 3rd and short now. They snap it from their own 46. Quarterback on the keeper. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. The Warhawks send out the punt unit. They'll look to pin him deep. A high kick. Let's see if he can pin him back deep in their own end. Not able to pop the big return, but they've got the ball back and ready to go with a fresh possession. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. They'll crank up this drive with the pass. Slings it downfield. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Looking to pass on 2nd down. Caught over the middle. It's Adkins. A huge play, and they get it all the way to the 45-yard line. The give to the running back from the shotgun. And how about the efficiency on that one? It'll bring up 2nd and 4. Stuck with a running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. To the ground with the back. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the 1st down. And the Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. He'll keep it himself. And a good, solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down. Now on 2nd and short after that pickup. He'll pull it on the read. They get him on the ground, but not before he gets enough for the 1st down. The Wolverines will have it 1st and 10. They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Lets it fly. Touchdown, Michigan! And the stomping has commenced.
Really nice job by the quarterback there of just letting the play develop. He had his eyes down the middle of the field, and I think when he saw that deep middle area vacated, he said to himself, I've got a guy running right into that area, throwing this thing on time, and this is going to be a touchdown. That's exactly what happened.
Lining up to add another.
Kicker is on for the extra point.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive.
ULM 24.
From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Back to throw, it's Hills. They're trying to get to him. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to avoid the loss. A 3rd and long coming up here. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. Fair catch, called for and made. This drive will get started from the 37-yard line. They'll try the run. A strong tackle and wrap up from the junior. Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. On 2nd down, he'll fire. Unloads it left. Makes a connection. And they'll move the chains with the 1st down. That might be it for the 3rd quarter. And talk about spreading the ball around. Everyone getting a chance to show off the hands based on the number of targets we've seen. I guess if you're an optimist, the stage is set for a massive 4th quarter comeback. Power football with the run. They get him stopped at the 30, but not before he gets 5 yards. Halfway there on 1st down, it's 2nd and 5. He's looking to throw. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away. They've worked it down to the 30. This defense standing tall, trying to force a field goal try. And they did not let him reach the line to gain. It'll bring up a decision here. They've decided to try to go for the field goal here. Splits the uprights, it's good. And they just tack on a little more to this gargantuan lead. That lead just keeps getting fatter, and this kickoff team doing a little running. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UL Monroe has it back in the offense, ready to go to work. Boy, 3 and out last time, David. They'd like to be more productive this time around.
Yeah, in the last drive, nothing really clicked. No rhythm, got off the field really quickly. They need to put something together here, bro.
Yeah, David, bad execution on that last drive, so they got to take a collective breath and start playing like a unit on this drive.
And a little too much adrenaline on that throw never gave his receiver a chance. Big 3rd down coming from their own 31. Defense tries to get off the field. Right down the middle. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. He wants to throw. Moving out of the pocket. Trying to make magic with his feet.
Man, how tough is this guy to defend? He drops back, everything tells you pass, and then he scrambles and gets the 1st down. Just so hard to defend.
To the air on 1st down. Finds his tight end. You'll take this every time. 5 yards on the 1st down play. 2nd down coming up. He's looking to throw. They get him down after he makes the catch. 3rd and short from the 28. Let's see if this is 4-down territory or if they just pick up the first here. Wide out in motion. He's going to look for a man on 3rd and short. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, UL Monroe. And they'll put that scoreboard operator to work and put 6 on the board.
And this has been a rough day for this offense, and finally, some good things to happen. Build some momentum maybe for the future. You know, that's the way that coaches spin it when you're getting beat up and you're getting destroyed. Like, listen, let's find something for the future. Let's keep fighting. Let's keep working. This team's done that, put some points on the board, so it's not all bad.
Lining up for the PAT.
Is on for the extra point.
Smashes it through for the PAT. That is an efficient drive. 7 plays, 75 yards. And the score comes on a touchdown pass covering 28 yards. On the run from inside his own 5. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. He leaves it with his back. They knock him down, but not before he gets it out to the 21-yard line. Pick up a 4. After the productive first down play at 2nd and 6. Right back to the well. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35. 3 tight ends in the formation on 1st and 10. They'll give it to the back. Solid fundamentals on that tackle from this freshman. After the 3-yard pickup, they come to the line 2nd and 7. Defense didn't maintain its discipline there, and they get into the neutral zone. It'll cost them 5 yards.
Defense.
The defender crossed the line a little bit too early. It's a free 5 yards for the offense. He'll do it himself. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. 3rd and short from the 44, and we might know if they plan to go for it on 4th down by what they call here. At the 45, on his way. Makes that one pay off, and they finally get him down at the 38. It'll be 1st down.
Big reason why his team has the lead right now late is because of his performance running the football. Well over 100 yards in this game. They knew that they were going to have to really put a lot of pressure on him. He'd have to shoulder the load, and he has delivered for his offense all game long.
They'll leave it with him. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Tried to pound it on 1st down. Now back to the line.
Brings up 2nd down.
Running back searching for a hole. Plows through the defense. They finally get him on the ground, but the big running play moves the change for the 1st down. And the Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. Quarterback on the keeper. Able to pick his way forward for a decent game before the defense gets him down. After a good pickup on the run, it's 2nd down. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Touchdown Wolverines! And the route is on. The lead gets bigger here in the 4th quarter, and their run continues, about to go 8-0.
And this always is the debate of where you fall. It's your job to stop me, or I should get concerned, because this offense obviously has had themselves a day, and apparently their day's not over. They're going to continue to keep scoring, and the defense better do something about it.
We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Guys, right back to your game after we update the nation on this one. FIU handled its business today, and given what this week was like in Miami, that is saying something. This is a focused group, and it's reflected in that final score. 60 minutes of football and a convincing outcome, and certainly a game with implications far beyond just the standings, fellas.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Wants to throw on 1st down. Grabbed on the outside, it's Morales. Now after the short completion, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Finds his big tight end. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down. New set of downs after that completion. They'll throw it on first down. He's got his man. Really nice job there by both guys to throw and the catch to work that defense and get the first down. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Snap's going to come from the 23 on 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Skips away from pressure. Got to protect the merchandise, gets down without taking a hit. And the Warhawks have taken it inside the 20. From the gun, the running back tries to hit the hole. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped. This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. Wide receiver now comes in motion. They want to run this quarterback. They bring him down, and he's going to lose a yard on that one. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. The run up the middle, trying to find his way to the goal line. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. 3rd and goal, where the fire purifies and separates contenders and pretenders. Going for 6. Right through his hands. He had a touchdown and just didn't look the ball in. It'll be 4th down. And the kicker delivers the 3 to salvage that drive. Well, they got 3 back, but that's about all you can say about it.
And I know a lot of people are scratching their heads why they try to kick that field goal. You're in the 4th quarter. You're down a boatload of points. A field goal isn't going to do it. If you want to win this game, you need touchdowns. I would anticipate for every possession they get from here on out, man, you've got to be way more aggressive.
So the kickoff team is out there ready to boot it away after putting up a field goal. Let's see what the defense can do. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Buys just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Leaves it with the running back. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. A little too anxious along that offensive line. That'll be a false start.
False start. Offense.
So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They'll line up for a 2nd down play. They'll run it. They want to take their time here. He picks up maybe a couple before he's stopped right at the 30-yard line. It'll take some work to get to the sticks. It's 3rd and long from the 30. Looking to the big tight end. He makes a catch. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Wolverines with the 1st and 10. The give to the back. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Went to the running game on 1st down. Now here they come again. They go right back to him. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. We reached the 2-minute warning, and this offense is that much closer to salting away a victory. Running to the left. They'll move the chains. Good execution on 3rd down. They've got it at the 41. They've got the big fellas out there. A 3 tight end look on 1st and 10. They'll go to the ground. On the move is the 30. Turns it on down the left side. And we have breaking news. They score yet another touchdown.
Points, and more points. This offense has had their way. They just keep their foot on the gas, keep putting up points, keep putting up touchdowns. And you know what? This is one of those stats days. You look back and you're like, that guy had 12 touchdowns in the year. Well, 4 or 5 of them might have been in this game.
Getting set for the point after.
On for the extra point.
And the extra point just tacks a little bit more onto this huge lead. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. And he's going to try to return this one. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. Line gets set, first down. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete. 2nd and 10 here. He's looking to throw. Getting some heat. He makes the connection. Coming out, attacking from deep in their own end, and they're out at the 26 with the first down. He's going to pass. Throws for the tight end. And that ball is picked off. Trying to take it back. And with the interception, he'll take it all the way back. Touchdown, Michigan. They're on the board again, and it looks as if this winning streak is going to continue.
Dude, you didn't think it could get any worse, right? You thought this game's over as it is anyways. Offense still throwing the football, still trying to make plays, and the defense just continues to pour it on, gets the pick, makes its way all the way to the end zone.
He'll try to tack on one more. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. They're about to kick it away, and the defense probably can't wait to get back out there after the pick six. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to stop the return man. Guys, we'll see what this Warhawk offense can get done this time. Not a lot to feel great about in this one, Jesse, but I'm sure they'll try to seek out some positives.
Well, this might be an opportunity, too, Reese, to go back when they watch this game and just find the plays and the schemes that were working. There weren't a lot, obviously, David, but maybe an opportunity for the coaching staff to condense the playbook a little bit.
I was going to say, there's not a lot of good to go back to. That'd be a quick film session because there was more negatives than positives. But when you look at this week you've got a week to figure it out, figure out what your offense is going to be moving forward.
Looking to go up top on first down. Throws to the wideout. Right on the money to the outside. He dragged the toe, and how about the ball placement? Only the receiver could get it. Going up top on first down. Fires to the wideout. Pass is incomplete. The clock is down to 9. After misfiring, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. And that pressure just engulfed him. A sack for this defense. Plenty of fireworks in this one, a lot of points. They always talk about having the chalk last, and it seemed like whoever was on offense had the last laugh.
And it's amazing how much offense has just boomed in college football. So good, so many ways to hurt you. And you saw both of these offenses put on a show today, Jess.
Dave, we talked to both of these coaching staffs, and their defensive coordinators were losing sleep all week. They knew this was going to be a tough task ahead of them. So much speed, so much firepower on both of these offenses. And, man, we saw that here today.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.